my name is Ryan Lane, and welcome to my review channel. So, for today's movie, I will be reviewing House Party, directed by Kalmack and starring Jacob Lattmore and Tosin Cole. Anyway, this film tells the story of Kevin, played by Jacob Lattmore, and Damon, or Damon as he liked to be called, played by Tosin Cole. They are two friends who are struggling with finances. Kevin, he needs money to pay for child support and rent, while Damon needs money to pay for rent. Anyway, after being fired for being irresponsible on the job while cleaning a house, they stumble upon LeBron James's house and decide to do what else? Throw a house party in order to raise funds to pay off of their obligations. Inevitably, antics, though not very hilarious ones, ensue. Anyway, this film is chock full of problems. For starters, the characters. The characters are thinly written and two-dimensional at best. Kevin is a stereotypical friend who is the responsible one of the duo and is somehow inexplicably always roped into doing bad ideas. And meanwhile, Damon is your stereotypical irresponsible friend who will always be in the clutch for those he cares about and manages to learn not to abandon friends by the end of the third act. Populating the rest of the cast includes a DJ named Vic, who is always perpetually drunk/high, three club promoters who are very uninteresting. They have beef with Damon for stealing money from them, and there's this one guy whose sole gimmick is that he goes overboard with the ways he'll torture people, which elicits absolutely zero laughter, like at all. And this guy at one point references Operation. It's like, how do you make referencing Operation when torturing people unfunny? That should be at least a little bit funny, just solely for the pure out of nowhere reference. The film also features numerous cameos, almost none of which, only one of them manages to elicit laughter, because the way the film kind of approaches cameos, it's like, hey, there's a cameo. He said something. Moving on. Yeah, it's very just almost Family Guy approach to its comedy. It's like, hey, remember that time I talked with insert, famous person here? And the scene will happen, and then the film kind of just moseys along. So, yeah, again, not very funny there. Also, the screenplay is cliched and uninteresting. It features the aforementioned thinly written characters. The pacing is too slow. The film drags its feet and takes forever to get to the actual, house party where, in theory, funny stuff is supposed to happen. And the obvious setups that are very poorly telegraphed, and by poorly I mean obviously, and they rarely lead to funny or novel payoffs. The exposition is also delivered in such an uncreative and boring manner. Like, a good chunk of the beginning of the film is just characters spouting off undramatized exposition. It's like, hey, do you remember this person? And do you remember when you did that with this person and how you helped this person do that? It's like, honestly, I almost expected the characters to just break the fourth wall and deliver the exposition to the audience. Honestly, that would have been funny, again, just based off of the pure shock. And also the humor, as I've kind of alluded to in this review, this film has very little of it. Like, I laughed intermittently at best throughout this movie. Like, again, most of the gags elicit zero laughter at all. And there would be on occasion where I laugh. Like, again, remember how I'd said this film kind of had a Family Guy-esque approach to humor? Well, at one point, it's with Vic, the perpetually drunk DJ. Like, at one point, the two main characters are talking. It's like, hey, remember when you botched this one DJ job, and it involves him playing the song F Donald Trump at a crowd filled with people who are wearing MAGA hats. I was like, okay, all right, that was funny. All right, you got me there. But unfortunately, just laughter like that is few and far between. The funniest part of this movie, and that's not even saying much, involves the Mullins and Kevin's quest to replace one of LeBron James's trophy items, and it involves them going to, of all things, the Illuminati. And it's easily the funniest part of the movie, if only for the WTF, did that really just happen energy of the sequence. So, yeah, again, funniest part, but not saying much. So, overall, House Party is yet another entry into the we have no faith in this movie, so let's just dump it in January canon. So, with all that in mind, due to being unimaginative and unfunny, moviegoers aren't going to be missing much if they don't attend this house party. So, with all that in mind, I will be giving this film 1 out of 5 stars. Anyway, thank you for watching. Have a good rest of your day. If you like this review and would like to see more like it, be sure to like and subscribe and leave a comment down below. And for today's comment section prompt of the day, did you like House Party? Why or why not?